Okay, so hello again. I'm very sorry for the handwriting, but please ignore the handwriting. And moving ahead, so now मैंने पहली वीडियो में आपको नेशनल मोनेटाइजेशन प्लान की पाइपलाइन की एक डेफिनेशन दी थी कि the aim is to generate 6 lakh crores through leasing out of core public assets to the private sector for encouragement of the private sector investment or the encouragement of the engagement of the private sector in the building up of public infrastructure or infrastructure. So now we'll be discussing the aims of it. Now what are the aims of it? The greater aim is to encourage private investment, engagement of the private sector in the building up of public infrastructure. The triangle you see I've made, it has 3 elements to it. The first is how the plan is to achieve the encouragement of investment or the building up of the public infrastructure is through the unlocking the value of brownfield projects. Now with regards to the brownfield projects and greenfield projects, we'll be dealing with it in the next video where I'll be explaining to you the definition of the two. Now unlock the value of brownfield projects through engagement of private sector by the transfer of revenue rights. Over here the operative term is the transfer of revenue rights and not ownership right. The government is not giving the private sector the ownership of the core public assets or of the brownfield projects. Rather, it's giving them revenue. It's giving them revenue rights. That is, for example, agar aapke if you have an extra space in your room, in your house, or you have an extra floor that is lying uninvested, so for the purpose of capital generation, or for the process, for that purposes, or for bringing that empty flat to utility, we rent it out, we lease it out. That's exactly what the government is doing. कि basically वो assets जिन पे इतनी investments encourage नहीं हो पा रही है, because see, investment कर कौन सकता है proper तरीके से? प्राइवेट सेक्टर को क्या चाहिए इन्वेस्टमेंट करने के लिए? प्रॉफिट चाहिए. और प्रॉफिट, बट you cannot take the process, the road where you're going to completely give up, where the government completely gives up claims on all the public infrastructure and allows the private sector to completely overtake all these sectors. That can't happen, right? Because that will then somehow corrode the idea of socialism, or the idea of we are not a completely capitalist country. We're not completely in the hands of capital. The country is not going to be run by complete capitalists. That is businessmen. That is to say, so the government has to have some form of authority over the public infrastructure also. And this is exactly the perfect plan in which the government is going to act like the owner of the land, but you, the private sector, can use the land for profit generation, for greater investments and all, but the revenue of which, the profit sharing of which, a part of which will also go to the public sector, which will to the government, which will then generate the money for the utilization of which will be done in the growth of the country, for the growth of the country. So now currently which assets are there? There is government line ministries and their central public sector enterprises. These assets are going to be given to the private sectors for revenue generation. Now the union budget also identified that that one way of that monetization principle of operating public infrastructure is a key to infrastructure development. Thank you.